Pull up your house on Zillow right now. Got the number? Good. Redfin. Same address. Different number. Now try Realtor.com. Different number again. Wow. I've seen the same house show 3 estimates that were $150,000 apart on the same day for the same property. That's not a glitch. That's just what those numbers are. And if you're trying to buy or sell in Ridgefield or Danbury or the surrounding area, understanding why that happens might be the most useful 5 minutes you spend this week. I'm Dee Braaten. I've been doing this for 27 years in the exact corner of Connecticut, and I want to explain what's actually going on with those numbers because nobody else seems to. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Those automated estimates aren't looking at your house. They're looking at data about your house, tax records, square footage on the file, whatever comparable sales the algorithm can find nearby, whether that information is correct or not, and then guessing. Some of those sites update daily, some update every few weeks, some are still using a comp from 8 months ago because nothing new has sold on your street since. None of them have walked through your kitchen. None of them know you redid the roof last year, or your basement floods every March, or that the house next door just sold in 11 days because it was staged perfectly and yours has shag carpet from 1987. I'm not telling you this to trash those sites. They're a starting point, not an ending point. But they're answering a different question than the one you're actually asking. People assume these sites are all pulling from the same information. They're not. Each one builds its own model, weighs recent sales differently, and updates on its own schedule. One site might catch that a house down the street just sold, another won't reflect that for weeks. One might count your finished basement as living space, another won't. None of that is dishonest. It's just math built for millions of houses at once, not built for yours specifically. It's an algorithm, not real life. So when a buyer walks into a showing with a number in their head from one site, and I know the seller's been anchored to a completely different number from another site, we're not actually disagreeing about the house. We're disagreeing about 2 different perspectives. That's a very fixable problem once you see it for what it is. A specific example of a buyer, this isn't just a funny quirk of the internet. I've watched sellers list too high because an estimate told them their house was worth more than it is. Then they sit on the market wondering why nobody's calling. I watch buyers walk away from a genuinely good house because they're convinced themselves, based on a number on a screen, that they would be overpaying by 50 grand. Both of those are expensive mistakes, and both came from trusting a guess instead of asking someone who actually knows the street. I'm not going to throw a specific number at you in this video for what homes are doing right now, because whatever I say, I would be outdated by the time you watched it. And it wouldn't mean anything for your specific house anyway. That's exactly the trap I'm describing. If you want the real, current picture of your address, that's a phone call, not a scroll. For example, I went on a listing last week. I brought comps to give a start price. I also said that was today's number only. If they decide to list in September, we would need to revisit the conversation at that point in time. I don't tell people to ignore Zillow. I tell people to use it the way it's meant to be used, as a rough starting point, not a verdict. Treat it like a weather app, useful for a general sense of things, useful for deciding exactly what to wear without looking outside yourself. The looking outside part for a house is someone who's actually walked the property, knows what folds nearby and why, and know what makes your specific house different from the algorithm version of it. Here's what I keep coming back to after 27 years of doing this. A house is not a number on a screen. It's not an algorithm's best guess at what a computer thinks your neighborhood is doing. It's a specific place on a specific street with specific problems and specific charm. And the only way to actually know what it's worth is to look at it up close with someone who knows the difference between what a website thinks and what actually is true. That's the whole job, really, not guessing. It's looking. I'm Dee Braaten, and I'm here to help. Give me a call for a smart move.